Yeah, so I'm a philosophy professor. I'm the chair of a philosophy department in Chicago. It's a lot of sitting, a lot of reading, a lot of teaching, researching, writing books, writing articles. But it's a pretty sedentary lifestyle. Yeah. I enjoy, traveling around Chicago, food tourism. I'm writing a paper on locavorism, which is eating food that's grown in ways that respect the ecosystem and things like that. So, because I am sort of an adventurous eater, one of the problems is not having any idea what the consequences of what I'm eating have for my glucose levels, especially when you're doing exotic foods and things like that. And so, once I started using the glucose monitor, I was able to sort of see the immediate effects of what I was consuming and what the effects that would have on my blood sugars. So it kind of took some of the guesswork out of sort of eating a little bit. I think I have a very clear understanding of the disease. I have a clear understanding of nutrition. But what this causes me to do is it causes me to constantly attend to what I'm eating at every given moment. So I like to play games with the machine a little bit. I want to try to sort of hit certain numbers. And so this way, as I'm eating, I make much more conscious decisions on a moment by moment basis, given what I know the implications ought to be for my blood sugars. So it's a forced attentiveness to what I'm eating because I don't like to see the numbers shoot up. And also, as a result of that, you sort of get a history of what causes you to shoot up, and there's often surprises. So sometimes you think, oh, this is going to have serious implications for my blood sugars, and then ultimately it doesn't. And other things are surprises. You think, well, this shouldn't affect my blood sugar, and then your blood sugar shoots up. And so you're able to make better decisions over the long run uh, because of that information. I mean, you have to carry the little monitor around, but it's small enough. It just fits in your pocket. You remember to recharge it, but it's really no hassle whatsoever to use. I sleep with it. It doesn't bother me sleeping. I mean, it just becomes part of your body, basically. I mean, you want to just be careful about bumping into things and things like that. But once you've been wearing it, you know where it is, and so it just becomes natural. People with diabetes are used to the glucose prick of the finger. This is even less than that, so it shouldn't cause any trepidation in terms of causing pain or anything like that. So, to those who are concerned about wearing a CGM device, a glucose monitoring device, because people might see it or it might sort of be an invasion of privacy, I haven't found that to be the case at all. I often lecture in front of large groups of students. Nobody's ever noticed it or said anything to me, and so I would say it hasn't been a problem at all for me in any way. It's kind of actually just fascinating to watch how your blood sugars change over the course of the day, how they change during the evening, how they'll change during the evening from something you ate late in the afternoon or at dinner time. And so you just start to really attend to the implications of what you're eating throughout the course of the day and for what their long-term consequences might be. So you get a real good sense of that. Whereas when I was doing the pinpricks, I was not getting a sense of what was happening at night. And now I have a record of what's going on at night. So I thought I was getting really low at night. It turns out I wasn't getting low. I was getting higher at night. And then I could control what would happen at night by making better food choices right before I went to bed. And so things like that, because you're not going to wake up in the middle of the night, start taking pinpricks. But with the monitoring device, you really get a sense of your whole day's sort of profile of sugar levels. And that's very useful.